I think everybody is underrating Mega Scovillain. Sure, it's not a top tier Mega like Mega Charizard Y, Mega Gengar, or Mega Floette Eternal, but the ability to punish some of the most common Pokemon like Sneasler and Garchomp, forcing them to attack into you with Rage Powder and burning them with your Spicy Spray ability can help the rest of your team out severely. Not to mention Moody prior to Mega Evolving can make for some really crazy moments. So today we're trying out Mega Scovillain on the online ladder. But first, let me break down the team for you. So I'm going to give you a quick team breakdown of the squad, and I'll be also posting the rental code at the end of the team breakdown, and then of course we'll have the battles. I love this Pokemon, and I'm excited to be using it. If you guys do enjoy this content, let me know. Feel free to leave a like, feel free to subscribe, as I'm on my way to 500,000 subs, and I'll probably be posting battles more frequently. I do upload every single day, and also feel free to come through to the stream later tonight if you want to see more battles and even join my tournaments. Now, this squad originally was made by Edu, the 2022 Pokemon World Champion, but we've been working together ever since Champions came out to edit the team every single day, because a lot of the original team, which was used on Pokemon Showdown on the test server, is not in the game. There's no loaded dice in the game, so Dragonite is obviously a little bit different than it would be. There's no Moronga Berry, so we ended up changing Garganacl to another Pokemon. But you're not here for that. We'll get into that in a second. We do have Scovillain, the star of the show. Scovillain's running Flamethrower, Giga Drain, Rage Powder, and Protect. Originally, we had Leech Seed over Giga Drain, but we decided on Giga Drain just because Rotom can be a bit of a problem for the team. It gives you some nice recovery. The whole purpose of Scovillain is to use Rage Powder when Mega Evolving to burn your opponent with your ability Spicy Spray, which works on both contact and non-contact moves. We have Protect plus Moody. Moody prior to Mega Evolving is pretty cool if you want to mess around with getting those stats. I advise usually to just Mega Evolve immediately, whether you are protecting or not, mainly because if you are forced to switch out, at least later when you come in, you can burn your opponent with your Spicy Spray ability. Your EV spread allows you to take an Adamant Dire Claw from Sneasler. You also take spread move Heat Wave from Mega Charizard Y. You also take Sludge Bomb from Focus Sash Venusaur. You also take a Hurricane from Timid Pelipper when you Mega Evolve. So these are just nice little things that you can burn, right? If you burn Pelipper, you break its Sash. If you burn Venusaur, you can Flamethrower and break its Sash as well with your Spicy Spray ability. Again, sometimes I do mess around with Moody, but it's not always needed. Next up, we have Garchomp. Garchomp is more of a newer addition to the team over Garganacl. It's Lumberry Garchomp because Garchomp plus Mega Scovillain allows you to deal with lead Venusaur plus Zard Y, as you can Rock Slide plus Flamethrower, and you have the Lumberry, so you don't have to worry about Sleep Powder from that. We do have Dragon Claw, Rock Slide, and Stomping Tantrum. Last move is Protect. This also can work with a Sneasler, which is later on the team for coaching. Next, we have Primarina. Primarina, I think Fairy types are very important right now. There are a lot of Fighting and Dark types running around, and there's also Zard Y in general, so being able to resist the Fire move is really nice. Just a standard Calm Mind, Protect, Moonblast, Hyper Voice with Liquid Voice turns it into a Water type attack. We are max HP. A good chunk of special attack in the defense allows us to tank the Earthquakes from Garchomp. Of course, we are using Sneasler to burn that. This also gives us a nice little check to Dragonite, as well as just rain teams in general, not our Chaladon. Then we have Swords Dance King Gambit. We are running the Black Glasses, Swords Dance, Kowtow, Sucker Punch, Protect. Obviously, burning Sneasler goes a long way for this Pokemon. You don't have to worry about getting knocked out by close combat. You do live after. And the idea is it's also resist to flying. Mega Dragonite is running around. It does have that Hurricane Draco Meteor, so you want to be able to take that with your teams. It's also just good in general into Rain Basculegion. And with Body Press no longer being a thing on our Chaladon, you can even set up alongside it and do some massive damage from there. We do still have Dragonite, even though it's not the loaded dice set. This is the Dragonite that we got from just playing the game. It's Scale Shot, Extreme Speed, Stomping Tantrum, Protect. We are running the White Herb on it. We're currently testing that. And that allows you to, of course, ignore Intimidate from Incineroar, but also, you know, if you drop your defense, you can raise it back. Again, I think this slot can be changed, and we are talking about Pokemon like Rotom Wash over Primarina, and then this being Aerodactyl for Tailwind Speed Control. You could also try Mega Dragonite plus Mega Scovillain on this team. I think it'd be fine with a Draco Meteor, Hurricane, Tailwind Protect set, if you really wanted to. There's just a bunch of different modes that we're trying out, and Dragonite obviously provides some strength and some priority alongside King Gambit, Sucker Punch. And the last member of the team is the Pokemon that's on probably 99% of teams right now, and that is Focus Sash Sneasler. Focus Sash Sneasler provides Fake Out support. Has the Unburden ability, so if you bring it down to Sash, we will double our speed. Provides coaching support for Pokemon like Scovillain, King Gambit, Primarina, and Dragonite, even Garchomp, right? Even Pokemon that are special attackers, it's good to get the defense raise. Obviously, the attack raise won't matter as much. And then we have our close combat. It's a very standard set on Sneasler. Sometimes you'll run Protect over Coaching, and I think we can test that out as well. But let me give you the rental code, and then we can get right into the battles. So here's the rental code for you if you want to use it. Again, the team is still a work in progress, and there are way better Mega Pokemon, but I am a huge fan of Mega Scovillain. You can definitely try Leech Seed over Giga Drain if you really want to. I just think that it wasn't doing as much without Garganacl providing wide guard support, and that's another reason why we're potentially thinking to have Aerodactyl on the team. But let's get right into those games. Okay, I'm excited about this first game. Just know I'm by no means a doubles player, but I love a challenge, and I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Scovillain's role here could be to break Focus Sash on Pelipper, to force Palafin to wave crash into it and get burnt, to help out into Sneasler as well. Pokemon that I like Scovillain as a lead. I think Scovillain is really, really strong. I think the combination of Scovillain plus Primarina is also very good in this game. I also am a big fan of Dragonite in the lane game, and Sneasler also allows me to deal with Archaludon in one hit. Their team does have some threats. Gambit is good into basically everything not Sneasler, so we definitely want Gambit in the back. And we kind of just want Pokemon that can do massive damage to my opponent without really worrying about it. So I like Garchomp plus this as a lead. Something that outspeeds Archaludon and does massive damage to it. We want Gambit here, and then it's kind of, do we go Primarina to resist water? And I think that's kind of where we are at. This is also good into Incineroar and just good into Palafin to an extent. The other option is Dragonite here over Primarina as another water resist, and then something that can do massive damage to Sneasler, but then we kind of are weak into Skarmory. So I think I'll go Primarina. Let's try it out. I do wish they had open team sheet. There's so much space in between the aim and the squall. Like, there's so much space there. Give me an open team sheet. I think if this is going to be the future of VGC competitive, it doesn't make sense to have clone team sheet anymore. Obviously, it's a best of one ladder, but still. I'm not Master Ball rank as well. We're going to be climbing. I was making my way, but we did not. All right, not the greatest lead for me, as Skarmory is definitely a problem. Especially if it's Mega Skarmory, not something I actually anticipated. I'm probably going to die immediately to Mega Skarmory's Brave Bird, but if I don't, I'm going to go right for Flamethrower because I can at least burn it, allowing my Primarina to have a good shot. And then I think it's okay if they end up going for Fake Out into my Garchomp. They take Rough Skin on Incineroar, and I can go for Stomping Tantrum on that, weakening that Pokemon to allow my Gambit in the back. I did Mega Evolve first, but they have not changed the way Mega Evolution works yet. They're fixing that bug later tonight. We'll find out if it's based on port priority, speed, or anything like that too. It is Mega Skarmory. So I am expected to get Brave Bird here, but the burn is going to allow my Gambit to put in some crazy work later as well. And I'm kind of hoping that they attack into... that's fine. That's fine. I get a strong Stomping Tantrum. Maybe their Swords Dance? I am faster, which is cool, than their other guy. They do have the Citrus, but that's not too big of a deal. They set up Tailwind. I assume they're going to Brave Bird now. What we can do is we can force you to attack into me with Rage Powder, burn them, which will help my King Gambit in the end game. Rage Powder here. And I like the idea of just weakening Incineroar because King Gambit and Primarina both, value that. They could have Pelipper plus, I guess, Archaludon in the back. This is big, again, because Garchomp goes stupid into their team. Yeah, that's going to knock me out, but we are going to get the burn on them, which means it's going to help out our Gambit beat it later. And then we'll be able to get off a Stomping Tantrum. I assume maybe they go out into Pelipper. That's not a big deal, though. They parting shot. Is it going to be Pelipper, though, or is it going to be Archaludon and take a hit? Again, obviously that Tailwind is scary, but it's not the end of the world. Especially with Skarm being burnt, it's on a timer, and we should be okay. I'm still learning, so I still feel like I brought the right Pokemon. There could have been an option for potentially Sneasler to get a Fake Out on that. It is the bridge. All right, so the bridge is going to come in and take a nice little Stomping Tantrum. It is -2, though. It's Leftovers bridge as well. So we can assume that's Pelipper in the back. We're going to bring out Gambit here. Swords Dance up with our boy. And then we're going to... Protecting would just give them an extra turn, right? Tailwind 2 turns, that's okay. I'm going to switch out into Primarina on potential Dragon Pulse. I'm not really in... Unless they have Aura Sphere, I'm not really threatened. I assume Skarmory is going to switch into Pelipper as well. And if rain goes up, I really... Unless you're Aura Sphere. But if rain goes up, I really don't mind. I switched first, but we know that I am faster than Skarmory, so that doesn't mean it didn't. Actually, no. Tailwind's up, so they did not switch out. They Brave Bird into me. That burn's going to help me out. It's going to go a long way. Oof. You are... Oh, they crit me. So it did not help me out, unfortunately. Maybe they'll go for Dragon Pulse here. They do Yappa Draco. Perfect. So getting in Primarina here is big. We're going to be able to get off a nice SD. Maybe able to get off a nice SD. Luckily, they're burned, though. And what I can do now, if it's not Primarina in the back, if it's actually like Sneasler, then it's even better that this guy's gone. There's no point in protecting because all the Mons on the field are actually faster than me anyway. I'm just going to kowtow into you. Well, I'll protect here to keep you alive, just in case they do try an Electro Shot and switch into Pelipper. That's a fine protect. They're wasting their Tailwind turns, which I don't mind. I assume they go for Brave Bird into me. Yep. Alright, this doesn't matter too much, because now they have a choice. Are you going to get up the Tailwind, or are you going to KO me here? And I think... Because they should Tailwind before dying, right? I could technically SD again to be good into Sneasler. But I think because our Chaladon is such a threat, it's definitely Sneasler in the back. I'll go for double attacking our Chaladon. I assume they Tailwind. Brave Bird crit sucked, but they won't be able to KO me here. And hopefully Moonblast into Kowtow will do it. The only issue is that I am giving them... I don't think this KOs me. Yep, even after crit, we're good. We get a strong Moonblast. It does give him a defense drop, but like I'm still Black Glass is boosted, and it'll be at least at neutral. This should still do 36, I want to say. This should still do 36. King Gambit is no slouch. Alright, perfect. So we get rid of our Chaladon. They obviously have max speeds of the Tailwind, so next turn's most likely going to be a double protect from me. Is it Sneasler in the back? It is Sneasler in the back. Alright, we're going to protect here. We're going to protect here. We're both. Again, had they not crit, I would have been outside of range, and I would have been able to actually go for Moonblast, or I would have been able to go for Hyper Voice plus Sucker Punch and probably knock out Sneasler. Let's see. Right, there's a Brave Bird. Oh, okay, so if Skarmory's faster than Sneasler, that means they're adamant Sneasler. Of course, they are going to end up getting the White Herb as well at a point, but am I going to be outside of range of Brave Bird with this? This will be close. We definitely Sucker Punch Sneasler. And I think Sucker Punch with Hyper Voice does enough anyway, so I'm going to go for that just in case Skarmory... Well, Skarmory will kill itself with the attack, so I'll just Moonblast into Sneasler. It'll kill itself with Recall plus Burn. So we get a strong Sucker Punch. Adamant Black Glass is boosted, just barely misses out on the KO. Let's see if, because of that crit, am I still in range of this? I probably am. Oh, so they are going to be able to get off the Intimidate on me, and they are going to be able to get off that Close Combat. Again, had I not been crit here, it would have been the... they would have CC'd into my King Gambit. I would have lived with Primarina, and then I would have been able to Moonblast KO that, and it would be Primarina plus Garchomp staring down Sneasler. Now, I assume they are White Herb, which will make them faster than me. They are not White Herb. Okay. Maybe they're Focus Sash. This is actually really good because my Garchomp can still do something here. I believe this is the last turn of Tailwind, so Protect helps me out anyway. And I have a Lumberry, so I'm not really worried about Wisp. And we saw how much Stomping Tantrum did. Yep, last turn of Tailwind, so we can just go for Fake Out. It's good into anything anyway. Let's see. Oh, my dogs are barking. Okay, so protect on fake out. Yep, CC into me. Again, having Earthquake here would be nice, but we've been going back and forth between having that over the Rock Slide. Tailwind does Peter. Stomping Tantrum into Sneasler. And then it comes down to Garchomp, which I'm pretty sure will take on Incineroar. There's no knockoff. Throat Chop can do some damage. They do protect Sneasler. Great play, great play. Great play. But is it going to be enough in the endgame? Great call. They do Parting Shot. Okay. I don't know if that's going to be enough into me in the endgame. It kind of depends. Because if they're Fake Out, Parting Shot, I still do have my Rough Skin working for me too. This is really close. And again, this is a situation where, like, I'm just talking about it just so you know. I don't really care that it happened. It's Pokemon at the end of the day. But like, had I had Primarina here, they die and then they're facing down 2. So even if there's no way for them to get me this low, but it's the Garchomp Incineroar stare down, double Parting Shot, which is fine. But the second they touch me, they are taking damage. I do have Lum, so if they are Random Whisk, they're not going to be able to do anything. Now, Stomping Tantrum is not going to do anything. I am -3 attack. However, I think I live 2 hits from Incineroar. So with the Rough Skin, we should be okay. They go for Darkest Lariat. Yep, Garchomp being that GOAT, we get that Rough Skin chip, and there should be no way we lose unless there's a crit. I assume this does like 27. I didn't see exactly how much it did last time. Let's see. Obviously, this game could have been differently as well if my opponent was White Herb on the Sneasler. I assume they were Focus Sash Adamant. Hey, and we're able to win it even with -3 Garchomp. Okay, perfect first game. And as you saw, burning the Skarmory really allowed... Like, I know you'll be like, oh man, you sacked a feature mon. That's kind of how you use Sneasler. You use it to burn a threat. Garchomp cannot deal with Skarmory at all. Like, Rock Slide eventually would do some damage. And again, I'm not really high at rank. I'm just using this to get to Master Ball. Garchomp can help deal with basically everything on that team outside of the Skarmory. So using it to actually burn allowed me to put myself in a position to do that. Now, had it been Zardwai, would I have been able to get up the sun and do something from there? Yes. But I'm showing off Sneasler, okay? I'm showing off Sneasler. Let's get another one. Okay. Scovillain's still really good as a lead here, being able to burn that. They're going to obviously get up Tailwind. This is one of the games where I definitely run King Gambit in the back. I think we actually end up bringing the exact same, especially because they have Mega Dragonite, which is a giant problem. Now, Scovillain does die to Hurricane from Mega Dragonite. It does live regular Dragonite to Hurricane, but it dies to Hurricane from Mega Dragonite. But being able to get that burn will go a long way. We have Primarina, which is going to give me an option into Basculegion and Dragonite mainly. The other option is going Dragonite plus King Gambit, which might be better just because it resists and takes advantage of the Sneasler. I'm going to try that. I do think Primarina is low-key better, but I think I can also beat Dragonite via the Scale Shot from my Dragonite. So we'll see. Hopefully we can get another good game. I do like my Dragons into Rain. And obviously we do have Dragonite to resist. We are lacking a resist to water outside of Dragonite though, which is what Primarina is supposed to do for the team. But I'm assuming it's going to be Pelipper plus Basculegion. So the cool thing here is that we immediately neutralize Basculegion, right? Immediately neutralize Basculegion by forcing it to attack into us with Rage Powder. And there's also a world where we flinch Pelipper with Rock Slide. So this is always a play here. If Basculegion goes for Flip Turn, we live, and then they get burnt. And then if Pelipper goes for Hurricane, or not Tailwind, then we end up putting ourselves in a position where Pelipper also gets burnt. And of course, Rock Slide could flinch. Either way, if they go for Wave Crash, then we have burnt the biggest threat offensively, and we have saved our Garchomp. And then we have a world where we can bring out King Gambit next, and Sucker and do damage, or bring out our Dragonite. So there's a Rage Powder forcing them to attack into me. Basculegion should move first, whether it be Scarf or anything. They go for Wave Crash. It will be a down for my Scovillain, but it will also be a beautiful burn on the Basculegion, getting rid of this giant threat. And now there's the potential of Rock Slide flinching Pelipper. if Rock Slide decides to land on both. So we do break Sash on Pelipper. That is very offensive Pelipper. Let's see. Pelipper ends up going for Hurricane. So that's not a bad turn for me. That is a super offensive Pelipper. This should be relatively okay now to just go King Gambit. A safe Sucker Punch into this slot. And a Dragon Claw into Pelipper should be able to deal with both without having to risk missing. If they want to switch out into our Charlodon, that's okay. As long as Basculegion is dealt with, as it's already did its job. This Basculegion, there's no choice band in this game, but it could be Mystic Water. Alright, they do go for Aqua Jet, which is okay by me. As long as we're dealing with Pelipper, I'm alright. There's also a world where I SD'd there, but I wasn't sure if they want to switch. We can go for a nice little Dragon Claw, and we've dealt with Pelipper. Alright, so they do still have most likely Dragonite in the back. I want to say it's most likely Dragonite in the back. And it could be Sneasler as well. But I'm thinking it's Dragonite plus Arch. It is Sneasler, okay. I'm going to double protect. Just in case Sneasler goes for Fake Out. To guarantee a KO here. Let's see. It also wastes rain turns as well. Makes sense. Makes sense as well. I think I still go for Sucker. And I go for Stomping Tantrum. I think it's Mega Dragon in the back. If they want to Aqua Jet, so be it. Alright, so we Sucker KO Basculegion. Beautiful. And then Stomping Tantrum deals with Sneasler. If they CC into me, I still have King Gambit then. And then I can go for Scale Shot from there too. Yeah, they do CC me. They should die to Stomping Tantrum unless they're Focus Sash. Let's see if they're White Herb versus Focus Sash. And it comes down to Dragonite, which has a good matchup into everything but our Charlodon. There's the White Herb. Okay, so they should go down now into this, and I still have... My Garchomp is faster than every Pokemon they have in the back. So they go down. Beautiful. I think they should have prioritized knocking out Garchomp, but... Cool. And now it's Double Dragon into whatever they have in the back. And by going for Dragon Claw, plus it is our Charlodon. Okay, no problem. I think double Stomping Tantrum should have it. Because if they're Draco and not Dragon Pulse, we're good. I think double Stomping Tantrum should have it. There's no Tailwind that's been up by Pelipper. We're guaranteed faster. If it's Scarf our Charlodon, I mean, it is what it is. That did nothing. But the second one will do enough, hopefully. How bulky are you? And they're a bulkier Charlodon, which makes sense because they have Tailwind Pelipper. So we should be able to win no matter what. They can't knock out both at once. There's no Custap Berry. Citrus? No Citrus. They go for Flash Cannon into Garchomp. There's no Custap currently in the game. Anything else that can mess me up right now? My game turns off. my game turning off could mess me up. They are leftovers, but I do live Draco, and I definitely live Dragon Pulse, and I'm pretty sure Stomping Tantrum KOs from there. I did not mean it. Oh, hopefully it still works the way it is, where if you attack any target, it'll still attack them. Go Dragonite. All right, I don't regret bringing these at all. And we're good. All right. We get another dub. Let's go. Team is doing what it's supposed to be doing. And Scovillain's doing literally what it's supposed to be doing, right? Like, I'm sacking in these games early, but its role is helping me not lose the game. In an ideal world, I'm burning Pokemon like Sneasler early as well. But just being able to deal with Basculegion, forcing it to attack into me, was nice. I think my opponent messed up by not getting Tailwind. I think they just assumed that Garchomp wouldn't matter too much. Maybe they wave crashed into my Garchomp to KO it, which would make sense. But obviously my Rage Powder forced them to attack into me. All right, let's get another game. They said I'm bringing the same team and you can't stop me. Except this time they do have Hisuian Zora and there's no Palafin, there's no Basculegion. So it is a little bit different. I still like you burning things and I still like these two. There's no Intimidate, so we're okay into those. This is one where This is one where actually Sneasler in the endgame isn't terrible next to like you boosting. Sneasler gives me a strong CC. The other option is Sneasler endgame into, just for Arch, it's really good. Into Gambit. Offensively still really good. I don't like Prima, even though they do have Dragonite. It's like, it's between these two. Gambit helps me out if they do randomly bring Sinister, because I'm pretty weak to it. Gambit also helps me out into basically everything that's not Sneasler. Dragonite helps me a little bit more into Sneasler. If I end up burning Sneasler, it's okay, but... Nah, it's fine. I'm not as confident about the 4 I'm bringing here. I'm a lot better, I think, at best of 3 than I am at best of 1. I think there's too many techs that can come through, which is not a bad thing. But I think there's a lot of techs that can come through and actually do so much to mess you up. And obviously, best of 3 lets you adjust and lets you see, oh, okay, where I actually was this week to that. Sneasler lead. Not terrible. This is a protect angle. There's a protect on both. They're probably going to fake out plus Tailwind, which I'm okay with because it forces Sneasler to attack me. I burn it, and I live Dire Claw. I live Adamant Dire Claw, and then I'm going to be able to break the multi-scale on Dragonite too. So this is going to be really cool. And I think this is actually an ideal situation for me. Yeah, be able to bust this multi-scale. So they're going to Mega Evolve, maybe a Tailwind plus fake out. But this will be a cool situation. That's the first time I've seen the faster Mega Evolve. But yeah, later tonight they're going to have, I think between 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern, they're going to have some updates that should get rid of a lot of the bug fixes, and we'll actually know a little bit more. But yeah, we're Mega Evolving because we don't want our Sturdy, or our Moody rather, to get us -2 defense, or -1 defense, and then we lose because of it. So the fake out makes sense. Hey, Draco. Oh, this is really, really good because I live Dire Claw and I force him to attack into me. Rage Powder forces both. And I can KO you. Yeah, because this forces both to attack me. Let's see. So Rage Powder, we're going to be able to burn Sneasler. That'll break down to its sash. Well, that'll basically kill its sash at the end of the turn. And then we will be able to survive. Even if they put me to sleep, it doesn't matter as long as they don't crit. Yep, there's the EV spread. We now burn it, and we're also going to burn Dragonite, getting rid of its multi-scale. They do end up putting me to sleep, which is funny. But we're going to be able to burn Dragonite, getting rid of its multi-scale. And as long as they don't set tail when we're in a good spot too, Stomping Tantrum is going to be able to take down Sneasler to his Focus Sash. It's not Focus Sash, so Sneasler is going to go down. That's going to help out my Gambit in the back, which I think I brought. No, I didn't bring Gambit. I was scared. They do end up setting up Tailwind, which is unfortunate. So not what we wanted. Now the sleep actually does matter because I can't click Rage Powder in the following turn. And Dragonite is actually faster than everything they have. I assume it's our Chaladon. So the sleep does matter now because they're going to Draco and Hurricane me. Darn. Okay. Can't really wake up. That turn. Oh, I have a 1 in 3 because they put me to sleep. No, I went first. I literally can't wake up. Go for Protect here. That sucks, man. I could Rage Powder here, force Dragonite to attack me, bust its multi-scale, and then I can actually get a Dragon Claw, chip off, or even Rock Slide after. Oh, okay. So we break their multi-scale, which is good. We break its multi-scale, which is good. So now it's in range later. It is in range later. I have to assume it's our Chaladon in the back, though, right? We'd have to assume it's our Chaladon in the back. So I think we bring you out. We fake out plus Rock Slide. We live because of our thing. All right, so we fake out Dragonite. We get a little bit of extra chip because of with Rock Slide as well. And again, breaking its multi-scale is huge. I assume they attack into Sneasler. Exactly. This will activate my Unburden, which will allow me to outspeed Dragonite in the following turn. Come on, buddy. Don't hit me with confusion. No confusion. And we land Rock Slide on both. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I got a nasty crit on Dragonite. We'll definitely take that. I think my play here is to simply Dire Claw the Dragonite. How many turns of Tailwind left? This is the last turn of Tailwind, right? Technically, I could protect, but I want it to be a double down, and I don't think they'll ever kill me, so I'll Dragon Claw you. So I'll Dire Claw Dragonite, KOing it. Now, it's speeding it. Beautiful. Shout out to Scovillain breaking that multi-scale, baby. Dragonite goes down, and then they have a decision to make. They attack me, but they should die. This is the last turn of Tailwind, and we saw everything in the back should lose to the combination of Dragonite plus Garchomp. And we're assuming it's our Chaladon. Dragon Claw should pick up the KO on Pelipper. Beautiful. Tailwind ends. We're faster. And again, Scovillain just doing its job, right? We got the... It allowed us to beat Sneasler. This is a perfect endgame for that. It allowed us to beat Sneasler, and it allowed us to beat Dragonite, and them just attacking into it with Hurricane, I feel like was a little bit greedy, but I'm glad. It worked out for us. And it is our Chaladon. Now, we already saw what happened. If they're Draco, we're good. If it's White Herb, it's a little bit worse, but we should live because of multi-scale. So we just double attack. I don't think it matters if the rain goes down. There's a good chance we're faster anyway. Our Chaladon's running really bulky because there's no Assault Vest, so they're running bulkier so they can live hits from like Zard, and they're still running some defense so they can live Sneasler. So there's a good chance both of our Pokemon outspeed here. Oof, they were not bulky at all, or I just got a crit. Yeah, I just got a crit, but that didn't matter because we hit them with the double Stomping Tantrum. And they were obviously not bulky. Yep, based on the fact that crit took them all the way down. We saw how much a bulky one did. The Gat goes down, and we always had Stomping Tantrum in the back to knock them out. If they lived even on 1 HP, we'd be able to do it with Extreme Speed. But based on them not being bulky, I'm pretty sure the double Dragon Core was going to be able to do it. I feel like this was a really cool showcase of what the homie can do, even if it starts off bad. I think a lot of our games started off a little bit rough, but we were able to find our footing, which is nice. And I think that's a lot of that has to do with our opponent not taking better advantage. Like, I would never have attacked into Scovillain with that Pokemon, but they might not know. You know, I never would have attacked with Scovillain, though, with Dragonite into Scovillain. I do hope you guys all enjoyed. You let me know if you want to see more of this. I got some points as well. Let me know if you want to end up seeing more of this, and I can even make some of the videos longer. And yeah, I'll show off the team one more time and give some closing thoughts and some potential changes you can make. So again, for those that want the team, this is it. Obviously, it's by no means perfect, but you kind of saw how Scovillain opens up opportunities for Pokemon like King Gambit and Garchomp, and even Dragonite to put in work into Pokemon that are considered better, right? Obviously, a Mega that, it's sacking itself to burn is not the greatest thing, but considering everything's so fast-paced and this is a lower-powered meta than what we're usually used to when it comes to VGC, I feel like it can do a lot. Big shout out to Edu for making the original version of the team and also working with me as we are continuously making this one better. Let me know what Mega Pokemon you want to see me use next. I wish we had so many more in the game, but hopefully soon. And yeah, leave a like, feel free to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.